Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks State of the World on Friday, June 4th, 2021. So what is it, good, bad, or indifferent? All three, I'm afraid. The coronavirus is still with us, reigning supreme. We have a lot of people still don't want to wear a mask, practice social distancing, only going to have to, and get the vaccine when it's available for them. But we are making progress. We've got a lot of people vaccinated. I got my vaccination last Thursday, May 27th, the Johnson & Johnson virus, which requires just one shot. Uh, and so I'm a week beyond that. Another week I should be protected, but still wear a mask because it's safe to do so. Okay, now, uh, so what's happening in the world? Well, the U.S. finally offers to send vaccines abroad, but there's a lack of a global plan, which leaves the poorer nations in crisis. And unfortunately, this was not managed very well from the beginning because Trump was the president when the virus arrived and he didn't do anything. He said it was a hoax, fake news. And President Biden came in and he's doing everything possible to help. But we have the leader of the UK who initially said it was a hoax until he got the virus. And unfortunately, he recovered. And the leader of Brazil, who said it was a hoax and didn't do anything. So anyway, so we're behind. We're behind because we haven't had enough uh, uh, leadership on getting this virus conquered. But we really need to get the virus. The vaccine has been paid for by the wealthy countries of the world, including the U.S. And a lot of these countries have the manufacturing capability to manufacture the vaccine doses, but we still have this intellectual property problem. And since it's been paid for by the wealthy countries, the drug companies like Moderna and Pfizer and Johnson and Johnson don't deserve any intellectual property rights because everything has been paid for. The research and development, the testing, uh, the manufacturing of the doses, the transportation, etc. So we have a lot of work to do, which the United States is doing, to make sure there is a plan that gets the vaccine to everybody. There are people who have come out and said that we could get everyone vaccinated within a year if we just could license the manufacturing of it, and we should because we own it. United States, Britain, European Union, etc. So I don't understand what the problem is. We have to get the vaccine out to everybody and keep track of viruses as existing ones and new ones as they develop so we don't get into this situation again. Now, what else is new? Well, we have terrible tax cuts from Trump, and we're hoping that Biden will reverse them. And let's get a fair tax system so everybody pays their fair share. Now, another major item is disaster patriarchy. How the pandemic has unleashed a war on women. Because women had to stay home, take care of the kids, if the schools weren't open, and their job couldn't go to work, and a lot of the jobs that women were working in were frontline workers, like in retail, etc., and there wasn't a lot of that going on, no retail going on during the virus. So we had a problem, and we had a lot of men who became billionaires from this pandemic. So we have to level the playing field and make sure everybody gets a fair shot. Also, a lot of the healthcare workers, frontline workers, nurses are women, and they were going to work risking their lives. A lot of frontline workers, like in the grocery stores, they're women. So anyway, we have to level the playing field. We don't want a patriarchal system, and we don't want to war on women. We want women to be successful. So hopefully that'll get better. Now, the U.S. plans to shift 25 million coronavirus vaccines abroad, but it's not sufficient. The World Health Organization warns of surging coronavirus cases in Africa as vaccine shipments come to a near halt. Wake up, Western world. Once one person has a virus, they can spread it to everyone. Chinese authorities ban Hong Kong vigil commemorating Tiananmen massacre from 1989. Peruvian presidential runoff pits ex-dictator's daughter against a socialist schoolteacher. That should be interesting. 89 politicians are killed in the run-up to the Mexican midterm elections. Mexico is not a safe place to be campaign. I hope they will fix that. Wait, okay. Now, the Pentagon grossly misrepresented civilian casualties from U.S. military actions. UN says 200,000 residents of Gaza need aid as U.S. affirms ironclad support for Israel after deadly assault. Well, how about the people Israel assaulted? Don't they count? Don't they count for anything? And U.S. ports target Israeli cargo ships that are bringing in goods, and the U.S. ports are supporting the boycott, divest, and sanction movement. And finally, Facebook to extend hate speech policy to politicians. Yay, about time, Zuckerberg. And now, the FBI is investigating Postmaster General Louis DeJoy for campaign finance law violations. I hope they'll also investigate him for tampering with the mail and trying to destroy the post office. Okay, now, Israel has had an election, and looks like Netanyahu is on his way out, finally. They have a coalition of people who are going to be running the government, take turns of being the prime minister. So we'll see where that goes. Now, that's interesting. If you see what happened around the world from war, the violence of war, you can go to Syria, you can go to Israel, you can go to Burma, you can go to the Western Sahara. And our country manufactures a lot of weapons of war. Our country sells war weapons to Israel in the form of foreign aid. And so we've been paying this money to Israel to buy our weapons, and then Israel goes and destroys the infrastructure of Gaza, and the U.S. is going to end up paying to rebuild that infrastructure. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. How about to you? Okay. Israel does have security rights, so do the Palestinians. So I don't understand why we continue to let Israel get away with humanitarian actions against people in their occupied territories. Don't understand. Not at all. Okay. Now, how about, hi again, here I am. There's a short little song that I like to sing, it's a very old song. The thoughts I think, the dreams I dream are all of thee. My chosen love, my sole delight, be true to me. Thou shouldst grow forever fonder. Had I the power to gain my desire, I ne'er from thee would wander. Okay, that was it. Now, hope you liked that. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Friday, June 4th, 2021 for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. Hope you'll be back with us again tomorrow evening. And in the meantime, stay safe, wear a mask, only go out when you have to, practice social distancing. And when the vaccine is available for you, take it. When the vaccine is available for you and it's safe for you to take it, take it. I took mine. I haven't been vaccinated for a week now. Have to wait another week till it's fully effective. And so anyway, take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Stay safe.